honing video for Matthew. I have Henkel's free door, and this is good hard steel, and this number 600 DMT. I'm going to set the bevel. And of course the Okudo number 52, which I'm going to raise a slurry using a diamond plate as per your request. And you asked about removing the scratches on the portion of the bevel away from the edge. So that's most easily achieved if you use circular strokes. And I'm going to retain a portion of the slurry there unused just to show you the speed of the cutting power of the stone. I think you can see the evidence. It's quite apparent. Okay, those are all circular strokes, and those have a great effect on the full width of the bevel, whereas straightforward strokes, the edge leading, they have more effect on the front of the bevel, the edge of the bevel. So I've retained some of the slurry. I'm going to do edge leading. I have hiccups now. I'm going to do some edge leading strokes, and these will help refine the edge more because the slurry gathers up in front of the edge, and there's a lot of cutting action going on. With circular strokes, there's slurry gathering on the back of the edge on this stroke, and then on this stroke it goes to the front. So that's why the circular stroke can help polish all the scratches on the bevel, whereas the edge leading strokes mostly concentrate on the edge portion of the bevel. Okay. And I might even have a stock video or a stock photo, but of the scratches from the number 600. But let's just begin with full view. This is after all those strokes with the Awasedo. So we have a full, complete Kasumi finish on the bevel. This is how wide that bevel is, and this bevel is about maybe 1.5 millimeters in width. So it's a nice narrow bevel. This was a mint razor when I first started using it about a month ago. So this gives you some idea of the cutting power of the that kita, or the Okudo Suita. And then, of course, the slurry gives you another indicator. I'm gonna end this video. Well, maybe I can just do another segment with the kanna blade. Let's try that. So I'm going to rinse off this Suita, and I mentioned that I have a blue steel, super blue steel kanna blade. This is it. It's a 1950s kanna blade, totally hand forged blacksmith by metal blade, and you can see that how the action works on this blade. Now, some of the steel, some of the swarf you see is going to be from the Hagane, the hard steel, and some of it's going to be from the Jigane. So just keep that in mind. But I have another illustration here to sort of explain some of that, and that is I have a piece of, this is Momax steel. This is the type of steel they use for making, these is a cutter for a lathe, for cutting tool steel. And you can see you get the same kind of action from this Momax. This is hardened to about Rockwell 63. And I believe it's very hard steel, but you can see the cutting power that goes on here. And this stone also will work with just clear water. Let me rinse this off. It's more stingy and it's harder, but there is a lot of swarf filings floating in clear water there. And this is another indicator. This is an old kanna blade that still has life in it, and it does have Hagane and Jigane. You can see the Hagane there. I'll use the back of this blade. So this is only the hard steel, and you can see the cutting action here going on. Of course, this surface area that's touching the stone is really just the tip. So, but you can see some swarf coming off in clear water. So this is no Jigane at all, no wrought iron, just the hard steel. And if I'll just gather up that you can see the swarf. And if I use a diamond plate to raise a slurry, we'll do the same thing, not with the soft steel, but with the hard steel. So that's just with the hard steel. So there's a little bit of examples on the capabilities of this Okudo.